some trouble I just might wanna get into. Pull up and so girl, you know I don't do it. So limes and tequila, can't forget the reefer. Always call my phone, but say nothing when I see ya. Limes and tequila, can't forget the reefer. Always call my phone, but say nothing when I see ya.
What's good, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Betting News Network and Saucy Fridays. Excited to have you guys with us right here on the All Sauce team. That's Jess Sook. That's Vsauce. My name is Sweatpants Jesus. Stoked to have you guys here to finish off your week and get you ready to rock and roll into the weekend. Lads, happy Friday. We were just talking backstage for 5 minutes. I'll leave that behind the shadows. But how we doing?
Yeah, great conversations in the shadows. Sorry, chat. That's not for the public domain. Not so much you guys, but we're live. Big weekend, boys. I'm excited. Big slate going right into this playoff weekend. We had Ole Miss last night break my heart. I'm sure Indiana will tonight, but full slate to look forward to. I'm very excited. Suk, how you feeling?
Feeling good, ready to talk about all of these games. It's a very tasty slate. I think there's some messy games we're going to see, and I do think that on this Friday night, there's a lot of fun to be had.
And the bigger question is, can the Sauce boys go back to back, right?
Back to back.
Cash on Wednesday.
We should have won yesterday, to be completely honest with you, man. Ole Miss sold the bag. The guy from that Betsky told us from the bushes. I hope, is Betsky okay? Can we put out a make sure that he's all right? From the Leafs, he didn't do jack shit, and then Keontae George didn't get the job done either. But it's okay. We are going to go back to back on Saucy Lays. Huge slate today, 10 games. We'll talk about in the NBA. But we're gonna have some fun with you guys. We are back on YouTube. What's up, Jeff? How we doing? Although Jeff, I enjoyed you being hanging out with us on Twitch, but it's nice having you back on the Boob Tube.
The big question is, if we do ducks, do I include the YouTube people? It's tough. I have to catch them all as they comment. It's a little bit of work.
All right.
See, that's
all right,
the thing.
Pokemon.
YouTube
all right,
interface,
Ash.
you need to make it a little more live stream friendly. You know what I mean?
Real quick, are you on Indiana? Did you take Indiana in the points?
I mean, a parlay on the money line, yes, but that's just because there's a few things that you don't ask a woman her age, and you don't ask a degenerate what's in his slips or what's in his cup. Those are my rules, and I'm often here revealing both of those things way too often. But
I was gonna say, I ask you what's in your cup every Friday.
I know, and I told you I'm always gonna answer, but it's never gonna be a good one.
Thanks to our big sponsors at Lucky Rebel. You guys can get involved with Lucky Rebel with that QR code right above Sauceman's head to get involved with everything they have across all the sportsbook action. No, Jeff, stay on YouTube. Stay over there. We don't care where you watch us. If you're watching us back on YouTube, thanks for being here. If you're watching us on Twitch, if you're watching us on X, we're just glad you guys are with us right here on the Betting News Network to send you off into the weekend. And it is happy hour. Cheers, boys. Cheers, chat. Happy Friday. We send you into the weekend with all the vibes, as per usual. We're going to talk a little news with you guys because there has been some NBA news, which we're getting to the point of the season right now over the next 2 or 3 weeks where we're probably going to be talking news for a good portion of the show quite often because I would imagine there's going to be a lot of things. And then we're going to jump in, talk about this really tasty slate. I'll pull back the curtain for a second and I'll let Sook take it away talking about some news. Sook texted both of us today that he wants to wine and dine this slate. Wine and dine it. And Sook usually is the type of guy that when we have a big 10 to 12 game slate, he's terrified. So the fact that you said you wanted to wine and dine this slate, I am just so excited.
If you have anything less than 4 plays, I might just drive over and fight you.
Hey, bang on. There's 4 I'll share. Obviously, I still have weird ones in my personal bet slip that I probably won't give out, but just give a wink too as we go through the slate. But I'm equally excited for all of the news that we have. So I'm so pumped for today's show. The beer is flowing. And honestly, we're finally at that portion of the NBA season where GMs are finally making moves. Dudes are leaking reports into the media. Our timeline is full of the drama. And if you're an NBA fan, you have to admit it to yourself in the mirror that we're here for the drama half the time.
Dude, absolutely. This is one of the most dramatic leagues in the in all of major league sports, right? So I'm here for it. Let's get into it.
Alex knows the vibes also. What's up, Alex? How we doing? Big announcement coming for the intern next week.
Ooh.
I'll save it until next week, but we got some fun stuff right here on the Betting News Network. No giveaway today, so you don't have to load up the ducks, unless I'm just this beer hits later and I feel frisky. But we'll see.
You have to stick around and find out.
We'll fuck around and find out. All right, let's jump to some news. What do you want? How do you want to take us? Where do you want to go?
I'll let you guys pick. I think maybe we end with Kawhi and then quickly touch on Ja and trade, because the Ja thing is a little bit touch and go, and trade has already happened. So you guys want to start with the guy that's already been traded or the guy that's waiting to?
Let's discuss the guy that's already been traded, because the more that I'm thinking about this situation, I'll just start us off. The more I'm getting on board with it. Initially, I texted you guys, I was like, what the fuck is this? Trey's not playing. What's going on? Like, they've been super feisty. They've been competing over the last 5-6 games. And it's been a situation in which that I think that they were playing and having fun. You bring in a guy like Trey, that offense isn't going to get any worse. And the defense is already really bad. But in my opinion, shutting him down now, if you are competing for a top 5 pick with how deep this draft is, you add a guy like Diabate or Boozer or even Darren Peterson. These are all guys that can make a significant change, not only to the franchise, but they're immediately playing with other talented stars. A guy like Alexander Sarr, who is looking like the best pick out of that draft, possibly. A guy like Trae Young, who's making everybody around him a lot better. And then you add in guys like Bilal, Trey Johnson, Kaishan. Like, the roster's loaded with young talent. One more top 3, top 4 pick might just, do the trick.
And the weird thing is, too, right before you say SPJ, he could just walk away. He has a player option. He could literally just walk away. That's why we didn't see picks in this trade. So this might be a short and sweet union.
So is it like full on that Trey shut down for the rest of the season? Is that like...
I haven't said it openly yet. They posted a picture of his jersey today. They're like, it's official, blah, blah, blah. Is he going to wear that jersey at any point this season? It remains to be seen.
I mean, to announce him out with 2 injuries right away is very interesting, because they're going to say he's banged up, not just a little
Before
bit.
They said it was a knee, now we're hearing MCL stuff. And I know obviously it's in the same area, but like the specificity coming out now after so many weeks of rehabbing it and, what's going on there?
Well, there is a difference in trying to compete to win, get to the playoffs with the Hawks versus, as you said, just the Wizards are not making the playoffs. Although, please get over your win total, Wizards. I just want to bring up this point because as a former Trae Young hater and somebody who has become a Trae Young at least understander of what he brings to the table over the last 18 months, I guess. Do you guys know who leads the entire NBA in the 2010 or 2020s? Excuse me. Yeah, the 2020s in assists.
This man right here.
Trae Young. He's also 9th in scoring.
Yeah. I was going to say also, like, just points per possession, I think he's number 1 as well. And points per pick and roll, I think he's number 1 as well. We can say that old lollipop head, as SPJ likes to call him, can get beat up on defense, but that's a stature thing, not an effort thing. I still will be the one that says if he ends up in the right system, he can have a Steve Nash-like effect on a team.
He's also the guy that is second only to Luka Doncic in most points accounted for in terms of his scoring and his assist, right? He is a guy that does so much, and that's saying something because a guy like Nikola Jokic exists. You know what I mean? But Trey is second only to Luka Doncic. He's just been that integral to his the team's offense. I really think that he's still going to be a really good player in the NBA. And like Alex said, they got him for nothing.
An exotic bag of chips. What's your favorite exotic bag of chips?
Oh, Magic Masala Lays from India. They actually just brought them over to Canada. So last few times I walked through a Walmart, I grabbed them.
This is going to sound exotic to Americans, but ketchup chips, man. Ketchup chips. They're not exotic. I know that's going to sound basic to all the Canadians in chat and sook, but...
Are Takis considered exotic?
I guess. They're more mainstream now, you know what I mean? Pick something else.
Yeah. No, but Takis are... Oh, dude, I honestly now want to fuck up a bag of Takis. All right. Well, that was some fun chatter about... And I do still call him Lollipop Head. He will always be Lollipop Head, even though I respect him now in his game and what he brings to the table. I want to talk about Ja. Are we done with Trey?
Yeah,
we can table the Trey stuff. I want to talk about Ja because obviously it's came out today that Shams reported that Ja Morant is on the chopping block. He is looking to be traded by the Memphis Grizzlies before the trade deadline. I have a feeling, and we've talked about this. Maybe you guys agree or disagree. I don't know. I think he's going to get moved. I think that this is coming out right now because this is turning into Ja's going to go somewhere. And now it's just a matter of where does he go? Do you guys agree with that? Before we kind of talk about a couple of destinations that would be, we've talked about it in passing before, but now that it's fully on the table, we can chat about a few places that it would be fun for Ja. Do you guys think he's going to go before the deadline?
I'll cheat a little bit here. I do think that the union is over, the marriage is over. They're headed for a divorce here, but I don't think that there's anyone that's willing to house Ja, anyone that's willing to get into bed with him. He's proven that his play has regressed a little bit. He's also never disproven that the off the court stuff won't come back because he continues on with the insane celebrations, introducing new ones. So I really don't know if there's a trade market for him. Like, I even think there's less of a trade market for Ja than there was for Trey because Trey had no off the court antics. He was producing on court. He went to an Eastern Conference Finals. So weirdly enough, I do think that it's over, but I think it happens in the offseason and not during the regular season, but I could be wrong.
The reason I kind of think that it happens in like right now mid-season is it was an insane report to just drop that you're going to continue this rebuild around Jaren Jackson Jr. Like, can we be so serious right now? Can we just say that, hey, we're going to enter a rebuild? I get it. 2023 Defensive Player of the Year, but the guy's never even averaged 25 points per game in his career. He is not going to be a guy that's averaging 12 or 13 rebounds per game. I don't understand how you build around him, right? And I don't think that that's exactly what Memphis is doing. To me, it's like they're signaling, even the report saying that multiple teams are interested. So doesn't that seem like something that Memphis themselves leaked rather than coming from multiple teams?
And Memphis also definitely is the one saying like Memphis saying we're going to build around JJJ is just because they have egg on their face from giving him the whole bag of $240 million just this offseason. Like, don't you think, SPJ, like, don't you think that this is just them being like, okay, we've messed up for 3 years straight, and now we just have to blow it up and let everybody know we're willing to blow it up?
We talked about this in the offseason, that it was one of these two guys was going to get the extension, and one of these two guys was going to be the cornerstone of the franchise. And we all kind of thought that neither was a good option, but they were going to have to choose one because they couldn't do both from a financial perspective, and it just didn't make any sense. And they made their choice, and now they have to live with it. I think that you can still try to build around Jaren Jackson, but you have to get more talent. Like, there's just no other way around it.
Like, Jaren Jackson taking floaters should be like, oh my God, we swung the ball twice, end of the clock, 5 seconds left. He takes a hard dribble and he floats it over you. I don't want to see Jaren Jackson isoing on the block. Yeah,
it's his go-to move.
I know, but he doesn't hit it enough.
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's frustrating. Exactly what you're saying is correct. That's a shot that should be a desperation last second shot, not the first shot you take out of your bag on every single possession. You're passing up open threes to take a floater in the lane. You are doing nothing.
He doesn't have a counter. Offense. He doesn't have a counter. He's just going to toss it up over you.
And honestly, with Ja, I'm very disillusioned with him now. I don't think he's bringing anything to the locker room. I don't think he's bringing anything defensively. And I know right now on the timeline and kind of everywhere in media, there's a big rhetoric going on around about small guards. And yes, small guards are hard to win when they are your best player, right? But this is a time where Ja isn't doing anything else. Like, you have to have that scoring punch if you were going to be an undersized guard. And if you're not doing that, if you're not averaging the 13, 12 assists like Trae Young is, I don't see what's happening. And I don't know what team I would want to see him on, really. Just before you go, because I only have a team I don't want to see him on. I don't want to see him go to Milwaukee. Brian Rollins is kind of thriving in an expanded role over there. Like, I hate KPJ. I'd love to see him just like leave the league. But I do think that Ja is going to do – it's going to be a worse version of Dame. He's going to be a defensive liability. He's not going to give you a scoring punch, and he needs the ball in his hand, and he's just way too ball dominant to play with a guy like Giannis. I don't like it.
All right, I got a lot. But the first thing I'd like to say is thank you. Tell me what it was the ad for, because I have done some ads in my life as an actor. So maybe you did see my face, but I assume it's just somebody that looks probably like me right now. But goated. All right, well, I will jump into this. And what's up, B-Dot? and say one of the two teams that I had circled as possible destination / makes sense / could see happening is the Bucks. I think that they are still void of a secondary superstar type player. Ja does still check those boxes, and I think that he and Giannis would be really fun. So I don't disagree with you that I don't think it's the right move, but I think that will be some, especially right now with all this stuff coming out about Giannis. And I think that Giannis does want to stay in Milwaukee, but like they gotta get some shit there to help him. I mean, I don't think that, like you said, that KPJ / Ryan Rollins, I think that those guys are actually playing better basketball right now than what Ja would bring to the table. But like, you know, the NBA is about names and ticket sales and jerseys and all that shit. So the one that I wanted to
the one thing that scares me about the trade not happening, SPJ, just because you said that and you're from the area, I did a little bit of a deep dive after all of this stuff came out, and I love to do this and go see what the actual fans of the team are saying, because businesses, franchises, they listen to their fan base, because at the end of the day, it's a money-making situation. It is flooding the timeline that no one will go to the FedEx Forum for JJJ. If they trade Ja, there are literally season ticket holders on the timeline going insane that they will just cancel or not go to games if this is what happens. So that's what makes me think, like, do they wait then?
The only way that would get fixed is winning. If they win, if they go to the playoffs, win a playoff series maybe or something, then everything will be forgotten. But dude, I told you guys this last year. I got tickets to go to the FedEx Forum in Memphis, and I got like 8th or 10th row behind the basket against the Nuggets for like $25-$30 a piece.
Oh my god!
I never asked. But holy fuck!
What?
They were sub $50 a ticket for sure, and this was against the Nuggets.
What?
And this was Nuggets versus Grizzlies last season, which was, you know, Desmond Bane, John Morant versus Jokic and Jamal Murray, but unfortunately at that point, I bought the tickets like a month in advance, it was like 10 days in advance, and then Jokic and Ja got ruled out for that game, so I didn't get to see either one of them. That was when Russ got his record-setting triple-double, though, which was cool. But my point is, yeah, that was dope. But the one thing, this is a team that I wanted to ask you guys, because I was looking up and down both conferences, figuring out. I don't think he's going to go in the West. I think he's going to go somewhere in the East if he moves. Because I couldn't find a team on the West that made sense. That just none of them make sense. Even the ones the bottom dwellers. Maybe the Kings, maybe, but like at this point, the Kings are like, you know, your friend that has the friend that gets passed around, and then everybody talks about it. And like at this point, I feel like that's just the King.
Vivek's that owner that'll take him on. You know what I mean?
I know you're going to say the team you want him to go to, but you're kind of cooking with the Kings because they have large contracts, dudes that Grizzlies could use to reach the cap floor while they let Cedric, Wells, and all these other guys just go off. Yeah. So you're thinking a little bit.
Zach LaVine / DeMar could totally have some fun in Memphis. My thought was, though, the Orlando Magic. They're sitting at 6th right now in the East. They don't have a point guard. I know Jalen Suggs is there, and that's fine. But, like, I think it could be interesting.
That would be the worst shooting team of all time.
And, like, they got worse defensively, too. That's my frustration with that. It's a team it's already defensively regressed so much, and you would expect some better shooting with a guy like Desmond Bane out there. It hasn't really, you know, taken place like that. Maybe they take a swing for the fences because they're down bad and right now in the way it's kind of going, but I don't think it works. Again, Ja might turn into a different player once he gets traded. Sometimes that happens too. Situation changes and a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. Sometimes a kick in the ass the player needs, right? Like we have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. Sometimes that's what a player needs too. So sometimes it changes. Like I'm not expecting
we know
the Ja we're watching
with the coach.
Yeah, like I'm not expecting the Ja we watched over the last 8 weeks to show up wherever he goes. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he is still somewhat the talented guy that we've seen take a team to a 3 seed.
See, so this ties into what we've talked about Paolo struggling. Like this would help with the distribution of, because Ja I don't think has to be a 30-point scorer to be a influential basketball player. Like he can be a guy that gets you to the cup, sprays the ball out, facilitates. He's had triple doubles in the NBA. This is a guy who has flirted with, 25, 10, and 6 seasons, / had them in his prime, and he's still technically in his prime. So I think he could fit in nicely. I don't think it's going to happen, but I was trying to look at teams that just like make sense. Like look at the Eastern Conference. The Pistons, they ain't doing it. Knicks, no. Celtics, no. Raptors, no. Sixers, no. Heat, Magic, 6th. Heat, him and Eric Spoelstra would.
I like the Heat.
Bro, he ain't playing for Eric Spoelstra. You think Spo wants him there, dude?
I'm just saying,
he accepts limitations.
If there's a GM / president and a coach that are willing to take a shot and be like, hey, I can fix him, it's that franchise down there in Miami. And you know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, Florida, staying in Florida, SPJ, fucking, you need a guy that can space the floor for Orlando. Trae Young is the guy who should probably be wearing a Magic jersey.
So you mean that
I would like Trae Young jersey too.
That was my question before when V was going. Like at the end of the day, as we cap this topic off, because I really do want to talk Kawhi. Who would you rather have out of these guys, Ja or Trae?
Trae, no question.
It depends on the team.
All right, so if you're a GM that just inherited a team this year and you need to make a stamp on your team and you're going to make 2 or 3 moves to make that stamp on your team, who do you want to make the first stamp with, Ja or Trae? Puts in a little bit of context a little bit.
Is there a C? Is there another option? Is there another door that I can take?
In my opinion, they have the same limitations. But Trae has better shooting, better vision, and better control of the game than Ja does. That's my thing.
If I'm trying to get butts in seats and grow a franchise to the point where becoming like popularly like relevant, probably Ja. But if I'm trying to actually go and win and be relevant that way, probably Trae.
I will say though that if Trae Young has his stock crater even more, like he doesn't play the rest of this season, the Brooklyn Nets have so much cap space and so many picks, they might just sign him for the marketability of him playing the Knicks all the time, him being in the vicinity of the Knicks, him being in New York.
4 times a year, all 4 games in New York would be fucking cinema.
I still stand on my take that I think that Giannis is going to end up playing for the Nets, but that's from a while ago. And I don't know if he's going to end up leaving Milwaukee, but
I mean, the Nets have so many picks, they could get both. And we've seen this before in the NBA. Guys want to make trades that ends them up winning right away. We've seen the Nets already attempt this multiple times with KG, with James Harden and Kevin Durant. We've seen them take these hard
Kyrie Irving,
these hard swings. What makes us think that this franchise is all of a sudden not going to do that anymore when it's been the same owner for about a decade now?
Andre Kirilenko.
Yeah, so many swings.
Rubles in fucking Russia for sure, man.
Did I tell you guys that when I played basketball that the guys would always compared me to Andre Kirilenko? Did I tell you since you?
It's a good comp.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, yeah.
Talk Kawhi. Otherwise, we're never going to get to these games, and we do have games to talk about tonight.
All right, boys. I'm gonna lay this out super simply, not as crazy as what actually happened, but Pablo Torre has dropped a new podcast about what's going on with Aspiration, the company that Kawhi Leonard had a $48 million no-show contract with. Right now, what's going on is that the litigation is still continuing. Mark Cuban stopped tweeting about it. Pablo Torre is still talking about it, though, and he was actually invited by the prosecuting team to come to their hotel room in New York and talk about the situation. And what they kind of dropped on the pod today, and what's the most important thing, is that the Clippers are probably screwed. The NBA has kind of kept this hush-hush because the Clippers are hosting the All-Star game this year, and you do not want a team that has 2 max money players not make the All-Star game. So this team being bad to start the season and with this drama going on, it's very embarrassing for the NBA. But this is probably the cherry on top. In 2019, when Kawhi went to the Toronto Raptors, Fred VanVleet recently came out and said He was talking about leaving from the moment he walked into the building, saying like, hey, I'm not going to stay here. It's a one and done. Kind of not being friendly with his teammates. Kyle Lowry talked about at the time that the locker room was tumultuous, but they still somehow came out and won the chip. So now Pablo Torre is coming out and reporting that a few months ago in Flaunt magazine, Kawhi actually came out and announced Lavish Mountain Productions. Except Lavish Mountain Productions, that he just announced a few months ago for animation and movie productions, has actually been an LLC registered in Florida since 2019, November, a few months before he started his stint with the Clippers. That company actually purchased a condo on his behalf, and that company is owned by Aspirations co-CEO Larry W. Keel, who also has an apartment in that building. Kawhi Leonard stayed in that place for 5 years. No one knows who paid for it because it was between the LLC and the co-founder of Aspiration with Ballmer. But at the end of the day, Pablo Torre went out and found out who's been paying the property tax on that apartment, and it's one Kawhi Leonard. So it continues on that this was a deep conspiracy to hand Kawhi Leonard not only 48 million, but a premier penthouse in LA. The richest owner in the National Basketball Association, who purchased the parallel arena next to his just to get it done, continues to show that he might be one of the most corrupt owners we've ever seen in sports. And that's saying something, considering the last owner of the Clippers was a racist.
This is like, I don't even know what to expect to come down, because if they're still playing it out so they can get even a Kawhi Leonard into the All-Star game with him playing his ass off, this and that, what kind of deals have been struck behind closed doors that have now incentivized Kawhi? Like, I mean, now I'm looking at Kawhi's like last 10, 12 game logs, and you see the 45-point game, the 20-point fourth quarter. And is this dude playing because if he gets his team, you know, back into some kind of qualification area before the postseason or a play-in or anything like that, does it get a little bit easier for him? I can't imagine sitting on this for this long while there's a reporter consistently exposing more and more evidence about it. Like,
and you know, Mark Cuban wanted to be the billionaire bro and come to his homie's defense and say there's no wrongdoings here, and that only inspired Pablo. That only inspired him, because when he dropped the video today, he literally said, Mark has stopped tweeting about this, but this situation is not over.
This is what I'm saying, man. I get it, friends or not, because if one thing Mark said is like, I know Ballmer, and he's too, like, even if that's genuinely what Mark thought and he wasn't trying to mislead people, you can't just jump at someone's defense without any kind of evidence, no matter how close you are to that person. And I think this just shows once again that billionaires are going to continue to do whatever that they want.
Because you're circumventing the cat. Sorry, right before SPJ goes, what the leak was that Uncle Dennis asked for housing, a private plane, and a bunch of other things. The problem of this being illegal is because Kawhi Leonard's contract, what he's being paid for by the Clippers, is set in that one contract. You can have sponsorship deals that are facilitated by your franchise, but you cannot be guaranteed sponsorship deals on the side prior to your contract being signed. That is basically insider trading. It's not the right term, but it's collusion. You're telling your player, I'm going to sign you for 4 years at this price tag, but also you'll be getting $48 million from a fucking tree planting company that never even advertised you being a sponsor for them.
You're circumventing the cap too, and you're putting yourself at a significant advantage over everybody else. Not only do you work and own a team in the biggest market in probably all of sports, maybe the second biggest, maybe second in New York, but not just that, but he did all of this because, like Sook said, he purchased a whole arena beside his to be able to build his. He purchased this team. He made all these investments for him to do these things and circumvent the cap. It's not stuff all ownership groups are doing. It's not stuff smaller ownership groups like Milwaukee can do, or teams like in Indiana. And again, you play in one of the biggest markets in all of sports. This is insane. I think the NBA cover-up part is going to be even more insane if they really are sitting on this because of the All-Star game.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say it. You said you were going to like. None of this surprises me whatsoever. I have a theory about billionaires across all the world, not even in this realm of the NBA, but in general. They're all corrupt. Yeah. They all do these types of things. And that's the reason, unfortunately, why they have gotten to the point that they are billionaires. And I'm not shocked by this whatsoever. And I think that, unfortunately, probably a lot of other owners, which we have discussed briefly, and I think that this is something that probably will start to become, I mean, think about how many NFL owners probably do this. Think about how many NBA owners are doing this. Think about how many Major League Baseball owners probably do this with all the players that come from overseas and all that. I mean, this is a deep rabbit hole of probably the incredible amount of corruption across all the sports, but also in business in general.
I agree with that. I do also am of the sentiment that like maybe there are a lot of people doing it, but this level of corruption takes a lot of people involved, a lot of people to keep their mouths shut, and a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like this LLC was open. He just announced it, and now this was open since 2019. There's somebody taking care of the payments. There's people at Aspiration that have been revealing things to Pablo. I just think that if it was as rampant as we like, it's a quick way to dilute the situation. I feel, because yes, that is probably maybe happening in some places, but I don't think maybe to the level of what we think. I think it would be out in the open.
I think it's very interesting what SPJ is saying, because it is indicative of our larger world right now, where billionaires are gonna billionaire. You have to step over people to achieve that. I know we like to pretend it's manifest destiny, or you've earned that spot and you're a genius, but at the end of the day, to get to that level, that position, to have that level of affluence, I don't care what you say, you are stepping over people. And at the end of the day, I think that it's become hilarious because all of these billionaires think that we don't pay attention, that we have our head in the sand, that we're just going to get walked over as well. But at the end of the day, it's gone so fucking far that like it takes all of us to get up and start paying attention. And Pablo Torre, on the sports side of things, I know the political world is kind of crazy right now, but Pablo Torre is carrying the torch for us in the sports world, trying to keep people accountable. And I'm fucking here for it. That's why I wanted to talk about this story.
No, I fully agree. So it's something we do need to talk about too.
And it's something that's not over. And this is going to only continue to be over, or not be over.
I just want to say this because I think sometimes people don't conceptualize the difference between even 100 millionaire and a billionaire. You know what I mean? So like it takes a lot, and usually a lot of bad stuff to, get to that point.
Yeah, most people just don't pay attention, which is the problem.
Don't be ignorant. This is why I love chat. Don't be
ignorant, chat. Also, did you guys know there are 10 games? Ma, thank you for informing us of this wonderful piece of information. Wow.
And we have to be out of here in 25 minutes?
That's crazy. Don't be petty.
All right, boys.
Chill out on it. Chat's having fun. Hey, man, we got to tell you guys this information. We're also people. We want to talk about the world and let you guys know, like, you guys tune in for the winners, but you 95% of the time stick around for the vibes, and that's why we're here.
It's because we hit a lay on Wednesday. That's what it is. We hit a lay on Wednesday. I get it.
Or we're about to hit the slate lay tonight, apparently, from Jeff. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it, boys. I'm locked in.
All right now. No, I think we can all just agree. Fuck the rich.
Yeah. Yep.
None of us are. Chat. We love you guys. We're rich in love and basketball fandom. How about that?
I want to change that, because a lot of people right now are getting so fucking like touchy and bitchy about shit. Sorry, I'm a very political person. I'm so sick of everyone being so touchy and bitchy, and the eat the rich makes them fucking cry because they want to be rich. Let's just fucking deal with the greedy. We don't need to eat them. Let's deal with the greedy.
That's a great way to put it, Zug. I love that.
Speaking of being greedy, let's be greedy tonight. All right. 10 games on the NBA slate. And we're going to pick a play in every game. We might skip a couple. But no, the slate's pretty tasty. As Sook said to start us off, he wanted to wine and dine it. So let's find out.
We said a couple other things, but we left that in the group chat. Let's get it.
There were some other things in there, but I'll let him have a little bit of privacy in his life. Chat, let us know what you guys like, and if you guys are having a good old time on this beautiful Friday evening.
Let's get it.
Pelicans, Wizards. This game, on paper, is gross. Two of the worst teams in the NBA. However, you guys know how we roll. This game is deliciously tasty. 2.5 point favorites are the Pelicans on the road in the district tonight. Friday night in Washington. And chat, I don't know if you know this or not, 242.5 point total. The baddies get out in the district. I don't know what it is in that DC water, man, but the baddies get out in the district. It's probably going to be on display tonight. Huge total, 242.5. I got to play in this game that I love, but I'm going to save it for a second. What do you guys like in this one?
Dude, there was a couple of plays I was looking at in this one. Honestly, let's just kick it off with this young kid, Kaishan George. The volume has gone up a lot. He's starting games. The PRA is something that I'm really, really looking at. And the thing is, this is a Pelicans team that is terrible around the perimeter. We saw that one game without both Middleton and CJ, and everybody felt like they had the green light from the perimeter. And honestly, they did. They had a ton of wide open shots against the Magic, and it's exactly why the Magic got benched early into that third quarter. The Wizards are kind of rolling right now. I know that Middleton is going to be back in the lineup tonight, but this still feels like a team that is just thriving on their youth. Middleton's not playing more than 25 minutes. He's not even taking that many shots out of the offense. It's honestly why there's a couple of these guys I was looking at. Sarr for 2+ threes at plus money. I know I took that in the last game. It didn't hit. He was 1 for 1. And again, without Middleton, without CJ, I think the offense was a little bit clunky. They weren't finding Sarr in good spots. The pick and roll wasn't there because I do think CJ and Middleton do a lot of that stuff. I think with him being back, his 3-point shot should be open. I think they don't do a good job of closing out on shooters. And then lastly, a guy who balled out last game, Trey Johnson. He was also fantastic. And I think against the Pelicans with his 3-point shooting presents another great opportunity to either take his threes or just a PRA. But like I said, a lot in this game.
We all texted about this game, chat. From a perspective of the teams you want to watch in the NBA, I don't think many people are going to be tuning into this game. However, we all love both of these teams for different reasons, and I spent way too much time labbing this game. Way too much time labbing this one. I told you guys this. This might be my favorite play today, and I'm gonna go down with the ship here. So, how do you say this guy's name in an Irish accent?
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole. Give me Jordan Poole. I boosted his threes. I took a boost on it. Over 2.5 is a little juicy for an individual play, but I boosted it to -125. He used to play for this team. This is his first game back in the district after not being a member of the Wizards anymore. He took 11 3-pointers in his last game. Got over his points line, hit 6 threes. I think he's just going to get out there and absolutely huck tonight. Trey Murphy is questionable. I think that he is going to play based on news that I'm seeing right now. I don't know if we're getting confirmation. Still questionable from what I can see. But, man. Jordan Poole. Over 2.5 threes. I would not be surprised if I looked up tonight and Jordan Poole had 35 points.
I would not be at all, yeah. Honestly, this is one of those games where he's going to take a lot of shots. Like all the metrics say he's not efficient. All the metrics say all that stuff. But the metrics also say he loves to shoot the ball. So...
yeah,
Jordan Poole.
I actually did have this. I'm gonna start fucking texting my plays to V because this has happened 2-3 weeks in a row where he's putting up the same plays as me. I also did take Kaishan for his PRA. It's been very, very good. That PRA has hit in 5 of the last 6 games for his bottom 10 defenses for rebounds allowed at the shot guard spot. He is a very good rebounder, and they're trying to develop his outside game and get him into like a Lamar Odom light. A lot of people are getting very excited about this kid. The line has sit in 7 of 10 straight up. Special player. And weirdly enough, because I like Lou Dort, I've seen him throw some nasty, dirty plays, toss some guys out of bounds, play super hard. I do like the hard-nosed mentality he brings to the game. So I went with Kaishan. But before I give you guys the other play, I have to lay out this narrative for you guys. Today we have 2 SEC freshmen that were going up against each other. They have been compared to each other since high school, and it's continued on. And randomly, the last year, they've gotten away from each other. Trey Johnson and Jeremiah Fears were both SEC true freshmen, and it was a big, big deal. We had both Bleacher Report and Sports Illustrated put out long-form articles about comparing who would be better in the NBA, who deserves to be considered the best true freshman next to Cooper Flag. It really came into it at a head when they played each other in March, and both these guys went 2 for 28 playing against each other, including Trey Johnson going 0 of 14, boys. So I do think that both these guys have these games circled, because after a couple of years of being compared to one another, they were separated for a full calendar year, and now finally they get to play each other again. So I did actually go with a play in this one, and I zigged when everybody else zagged. I went Jeremiah Fears 2+ stocks plus 115. It has hit in 4 straight games, and he's actually had a 7-steal game already this season. We just recently saw a fellow rookie, VJ Edgecombe, go against the Wizards and have 5 stocks. Wizards are 29th to steals allowed, 26th to block allowed, and the kid has been very consistent, but the way that he's stayed in games is playing defense. And boys, he's inconsistent because Jeremiah Fears didn't turn 19 until 10 days before the NBA season started. So I got 2 plays in that one. Fears 2 stocks, and Kaishan George 23 PRA.
Dude, I was just gonna say, hey, they're all drafted in the same draft class. But so thank you for adding so much more color to it. I love the play because of that too. Also, Derek Queen's in this matchup. I'm not gonna bet him again after the way he me in Atlanta. But I like this Kaishan, sorry, Trey Johnson.
The way he fucked you in Atlanta. All right.
Yeah, whoa. Yeah. Double pause, triple pause. But I will also say, so the Fears play. This Wizards team is not going to be like, they don't have CJ. He was a very ball dominant guy that did a lot of the ball handling for this team.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ball handling. Can't keep saying that. But
just stop. Just
yeah.
stop.
Yes.
Stop while you're ahead.
Bad.
Stop while you're ahead.
You taking anything with Trey, SPJ? I saw your eyes light up when I was saying the beef.
About Trey Johnson?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't bet him a little bit.
No, I didn't bet anything else in this game besides Poole. I looked at Poole, felt good about Poole. I've gone down with the Poole shit before, and I don't know, man. I got a feeling that Jordan's going to get out there tonight and see some girl on the side and, see one of them.
Dude, what if it's some girl that he already knew and he bought her tickets to meet there?
He's probably got a DC baddie that he already hit up.
What if it's somebody he doesn't want to see, though, and all of a sudden she's courtside?
He's going to want to hoop even harder.
Yeah.
Last point on this, just to make it a tiny bit serious. He did hit 6 threes in his last game against Atlanta. He took 13 of them. Played 38 minutes. That was the first time he played like substantial starter minutes, and I think that he's probably going to play similar to that tonight as well. So, yeah. All right, we got to move. Otherwise, I'm sure we could spend a lot more time on Wizards Pelicans. But
what are we taking?
Want to take in this game?
Trey Johnson, PRA.
You guys both like you don't want to take the play that you're both on?
I was thinking about keeping Kaishan for the saucy. That's my only thing.
Let's avoid that, dude, because that game starts at 6, and I don't want us to have we might run out of time.
Cool.
I know you love it, but we can put it in this. We're hitting the slate late today, so that's cool.
We're hitting the slate late.
Kaishan, 22.5.
22.5.
PRA. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let's move and groove to our next game. Your boys. Oh, great. Celtics taking on the Toronto Raptors tonight. 223.5 point total, 10.5 point spread for the Boston Celtics. Number 3 in the MVP ranks. Keep it together, lads. Jaylen Brown has been absolutely cooking so far for the Celtics. Raptors coming in a little banged up. Scotty Barnes is out for this game. Brandon Ingram also has been ruled out. So that is explaining the 10.5 point spread. I got a play I like a lot. Maybe my favorite today. And you know what? I'm going to go first because I know you guys are going to want to just glaze green. So I got a better number on this than what I'm seeing right now because of the Brandon Ingram news. But I really like RJ Barrett in this game. RJ Barrett over 28.5 PRA. It's up to 31.5. I like it there too. I prefer the 28.5 that I got, obviously, but he has destroyed the Celtics. You guys know this. For some reason, he loves playing the Boston Celtics. He's at this PRA line in 3 straight games. He has had a triple-double against this team. I know that because I bet it last year, which was really fun. 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 22 points in the previous matchup with the Celtics, and then the game before that as well, 22, 8, and 3. With no Barnes, with no Ingram, RJ's going to have to be aggressive. He also looked really good in their last game as well, hitting his PRA with 28 points alone. So, yeah, I like RJ a lot, but I think the Celtics probably should handle business tonight. So, yeah.
He also hasn't played a game this year without Brandon Ingram. So I think that's going to be an interesting, turn of events just because of how much more usage he should see on the offensive end, how much more rebounding he'll probably end up doing, and even facilitating, just because BI is a not ball dominant guy, but once the ball goes into him, he's not usually looking to swing the ball out or move it around. So I like this SPJ. Sook?
Yeah, I'll just talk about a couple of Raptors before you glaze green, like SPJ said. CMB, sorry, his RA definitely looks in play again. We've seen him have kind of outlier stats from the assist position and also have a big rebounding game. So Murray Boyles, definitely look into him if you do want to bet this Raptor side. I just don't want to bet against the Celtics, so I just have these as leans. And then also Sandro against bottom 10 teams for 3-pointers allowed. Volume-wise, Sandro hits this line very consistently. We just saw him hit it the other day. It's going to be absolute sweat. He's only going to get 2 or 3, but the line is 1.5. I think that's definitely worth a look as well. But I just had 2 leans on the Raptor side because Murray Boyles, his RA does look very enticing.
I mean, his rebounding line was 5.5 last game when you gave it to us for plus money, and now it's up to 6.5 after that 15 rebound game he had in their last one. Right, V? Tell us why you're betting Jaylen Brown.
Hey, third on the MVP ladder did get me bricked up. I'm not going to lie, okay? That shit means something to me, man, all right? But regardless, am I going to bet JB? Not really. The 10.5 point spread kind of scares me with everybody sitting, even though I do think this is a game that they keep fairly close. The Raptors play us very closely. We are a divisional rival, and I think that this is a team that's going to compete no matter who's on the floor. I also do think that this isn't a situation of them like taking the game off. They're just sitting there, guys, because it's regular time to sit. And I think that RJ is going to have a big game. The Celtics are bottom 5 in wide open 3-point attempts allowed over the last 10 games. And it's something that they've really been struggling with. Like Sook said, there's Sandro. There's even a guy like RJ Barrett, whose line is sitting at 1.5, juice to the over, and even quickly. It's still juice to the over, but I think there's going to be some open shots for players around the perimeter. The Celtics have been rebounding the ball better, but I do think there's some holes. A guy on the Celtics side I was looking at is Keita. Just because of the lack of size on this Raptors team, now you remove both Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes from the equation here. Scotty Barnes is also the number 1 guard offensive rebounding guard in the NBA right now. You take his pressure that he puts on the glass out of here, I think that just opens up more defensive rebounding opportunities for a guy like Keita. The line's sitting at 8.5 if you want to take it there, or you can just take it at 10 and go to plus money. But I did like that one a lot.
I mean, 8.5 rebounds. Guy just had 20, 13, and 9 in his last 3 games. So, I think it's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about You guys want to talk about Dick on a Friday?
Hey, I just said wide open 3-point shots. My frustration with him is he's a great shooter. We just need to see it translated to big numbers. But nothing.
You want to see Dick be bigger? Okay.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Isn't it crazy that they basically just said one guy can no longer do jersey exchanges? Like that.
Yeah,
that's
literally
basically the rule.
No. It's been okay. It's been all right.
That one I'm leaving down there.
Yeah. What do you guys want to take in this game before we move on?
I do like Sandro for 2 threes.
Yeah, I can get down with some Sandro love. They're missing a lot of guys.
I actually kind of like the Murray Boyles play for the saucy lay. Yeah,
9.5.
For the slate lay. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's do that.
9.5
points.
I mean, he's gonna have to RA.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, they're both 9.5. That's why I got confused.
And they're really pushing this guy to learn to pick the ball up off the rim and go in transition. So my frustration with Sandro is because Darko is so enamored with CMB.
Then we ride the guy who he's enamored with.
Yeah.
All right. 2 games down, 8 to go. Let's move. Magic taking on the 7. You guys have anything else in this one?
No, yeah. I just looked at Murray Boyle and I like it a lot. That's it. Move on.
Okay. Magic, 76ers. in Orlando tonight, 227.5 point total. The Orlando Magic are 3.5 point doggies at home. Joel Embiid was questionable earlier. He is now probable. So it's looking like Joel Embiid's going to play once again for the 76ers. Paolo struggled. PB No J has been this season. However, we'll see if that changes tonight against the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey, though, has been fantastic. Hasn't had good games necessarily against the Magic, but see if that changes tonight. A little bit of a lower total. I don't have anything in this one that I liked. Nothing really jumped off the page for me. Do you guys like anything in this game?
I have a play in this one. Vsauce, you want to go first?
Nope. Go ahead, Zook. I got nothing.
You got nothing in this one.
I was looking at Paolo. It's hard for me to trust him. Joel's back and he's playing regular minutes. I honestly, not a clue. Not a clue.
Well, then I'll talk to you about Bimini Dwayne Wade. The line is low again.
BJ.
24.5 PRA for this guy who is 100% chasing down the rookie of the year. And I don't care if Joel plays or if he doesn't play. Straight up, he's hit this in 8 of 10. With Joel, he's hit it in 7 of 10. Without Joel, he's hit it in 6 of 10. It's just a very low line that I do think that the books are kind of mispricing because Maxey is that premier guard. Maybe they're afraid that McCain is going to bump up and Grimes is right there. But VJ has definitely proven to Nick Nurse, who loves his rotations and sticks with his rotations, that he is the guy. So I'm going VJ Edgecombe over 24.5 PRA. He already had a very good game against this Magic team. This Magic team is big, strong, but I don't think they're the most fleet of foot. And the Bimini Dwayne Wade has been absolutely trying to catch bodies on every single night he plays in the association. So if they're going to continue to put this line down, I've been playing it at 25, 26.5. You're going to put it down to 24.5, and he's already had a good game against this team. I'm going to take it. I think VJ Edgecombe, the former 3rd overall pick, is on his way to being a superstar. So that's the kind of guy I want to bet on, and I want to watch this game and see if he tries to crown Desmond Bane or something, because the Bimini Dwayne Wade is going to be like size everybody up. That's the kind of dude he is.
I like this. I think this is one of those games too where, going against the top teams in the Eastern Conference. Paolo is another young guy, and I think that the Magic have really regressed defensively. I think that they struggle against like athletic guards on the outside, and it's because of they're playing guys like Anthony Black more minutes this year, maybe a guy like Silva more minutes. Not to say that they haven't been great offensively, but I think when you make that decision defensively, you're going to regress a little bit. We saw it against the Wizards, countless number of open shots. And this Sixers team has so many guys that can hit wide open threes. You got VJ, you got Maxey, you got Joel, Grimes coming off of the bench. And another guy, not McBride. McCain, Jared McCain.
I literally said his name 2 seconds ago.
I know. That's what was like. I was like, wait, holy shit. But McCain didn't sound correct because I was thinking McCain Fries. I was like, nope, that's your brain fucking you up. But yeah, I like it, Suk. I think this is a good spot. I think it's a good spot for VJ.
Let's take VJ, PRA, and let's move and groove. Because we're gonna. I don't want us to run out of time, and I think we don't really have much else to say on this game. Yeah.
No more names to get stuck on.
VJ Edgecombe, 23.5 PRA. You get a little better line than Sook did, but I don't think it really matters. All righty, let's move. I like this play a lot, Sook. I'm with you.
Let's go.
Therefore, it's in the slate light. Oh, man. We just talked about this team. This game stinks. I like V's play in this one, though, but I didn't end up betting it myself. However, I think that's the only way to really bet this game appropriately. The Nets taking on the Clippers in Brooklyn tonight. 4.5-point dogs are the Brooklyn Nets at home. 215.5-point total. What is this, a college game? What are we doing? Crazy total. Super low. I mean, it's MPJ, right? Gotta be.
It absolutely is MPJ. I bet him over 25.5 points. I got minus 115. I think it's sitting closer to minus 105 now. You might get a little bit better odds. But MPJ has been fantastic this year. He is the Nets' best player. He's leading them in points, averaging 26.1 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 3.3 assists per game, which is the biggest, I think, difference in his game that we've seen this year. I thought about the PRA line or the PR, but this is a situation against a Clippers team that he's played a ton in his career, 31 times between the regular season and playoffs against this Clippers team. And they just won a 7-game series against them last year when he was still with the Nuggets. MPJ wasn't healthy. The shooting splits were still pretty good, but as we saw, that shoulder kind of gave out in the next round against the Timberwolves. I think this is a spot where he has been playing fantastic. The trade Cam Johnson has not looked so good. Nuggets have been good, but I think they do miss MPJ's rebounding, a little bit of him defensively, and he's just been excelling in all facets. I think this Clippers perimeter defense is terrible, 26th in three-point percentage allowed, and there isn't a shot that MPJ doesn't like. I don't know if you've been watching him, Suk, but he's taking some of the most horrendous shots, and somehow they still fall away and find their way into the basket. I'm just hoping for more of the same and some open shots, which the Clippers do give up a ton of. So I took the 25.5, and I know SPJ looked at this total like it's ugly. I do think it goes over, though. I really do. The Betalytics model also has this as a 5-star play. Do you think we see points in this one?
Yeah, I think that this is a messy game, and that's interesting that the Betalytics model thinks that this goes over, because my question is like, what is the headspace of everyone that's in this game? Like, I don't care what anyone says. Even if Kawhi thinks he's innocent, the fact that this continues to snowball and the podcast just dropped today on a game day for him, no less, I'm sure that's very purposeful. So I wonder what happens in this. Kawhi has been great, but this is a game I stayed off. MPJ, like you said, he's been fantastic, but he burned me so many times as a role player on the Nuggets. I'm not running to go back to him, and it's low, but it's ticking up, like Garrett's saying, but it's not something that I want to get invested on.
Yeah.
I love this play, man. Sorry, I had to go away for a second, but I love MPJ. Almost bet it again. I think he could drop 50 tonight. There is the Blue Book 50 thing we've talked about. I do have somebody on that I did that promotion for. I hate the guy. I saw your piece on Betting News talking about MPJ, and the first paragraph was he's been great besides his terrible podcast. That's true. But he's been awesome for this team, and he's been taking 25 shots a game pretty much. And as you said, a lot of them are going down. So I just said it for
I'd also last thing, I don't know if you guys saw, but he just tied KD for most 30-point games as a Brooklyn Net. So I mean, he surpassed that tonight with another 30-point bomb against the Clippers defense.
Really I will give credit where credit is due. There's no way Jordy's letting him trot out there without being at least okay with his defensive effort, because we've seen with Cam, he's willing to just bury a bucket getter if they're not going to rebound or defend or run in transition. So I'll give that to MPJ.
MPJ already has like more games of 4 or 5 assists with the Nets than he did within his entire career.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's put MPJ. Can we do the PRA though? Because I like his rebounding as well and the assisting, like you just mentioned. I think that all of that can factor in here.
What's the line?
34.5?
34.5. Let me check. 34.5.
Oh,
Michael Porter Jr., 34.5 PRA. Kawhi Leonard is playing. He was questionable in this game, so he's going to be in. It would not shock me whatsoever if Kawhi just dropped a random 40 piece after all this stuff with how he's been playing recently. But
that's what I'm thinking too. Like, if there really is a deal, like I know the podcast dropped today, so that would definitely be on my mind if I had to go about my day and still go into work. But if the deal is be an all-star and we'll suspend you 50% of games instead of the whatever.
If he gets in trouble, they're going to void his contract. So he has to ball out so someone else will sign him.
That's why he's balling out. All right, let's keep going. This is crazy, man. This is why Sook said he wanted to wine and dine this slate, chat. Grizzlies, speaking of Ja, we talked about him earlier, taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. We didn't get a chance to talk about the Thunder today. We'll save that for the next show, but maybe there's tumultuous air in
panic.
OKC. However, we'll see what happens tonight, though. No SGA, no Chet, and no Isaiah Hartenstein. So a little banged up are the Thunder at the moment. Apparently, Jalen Williams gets to prove the fact that it's all okay, though, by what he said in his press conference. They're due for a little bit of regression. It's okay. They've been so good recently, it doesn't matter. 5.5-point favorites against the Memphis Grizzlies. 229.5 point total in Memphis tonight. No John Morant in the lineup for the Grizzlies. Boys, I got nothing. Take it away.
Sook?
You can go.
I was just gonna ask you guys a question about this, like the iHeart and the importance, like what we've seen with this Knicks team and how they've regressed defensively. Now we're seeing with OKC and how they've been missing him sorely on both the defensive side and the rebounding side. I mean, this guy has been so fucking important to now 2 teams, including a championship squad. I think it's insane. I did not know that iHeart's game was like that. To see him go from buried on the bench in New York to an integral part to 2 really winning teams, it's been fantastic to see. But who takes advantage with him out again tonight?
Well, you've got a guy who no one in chat knows. Maybe Sook randomly knows him. Brandon Carlson will be starting for the Oklahoma City Thunder at center. They just love their white centers.
I was going to say, I was holding it back from saying, obviously you found the white boy.
The white. I have no beans in this game. I don't want to bet this game at all. I kind of like the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies might win outright.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The only way that I don't think that happens is if J-Dub gets out there and just absolutely hoops, which he could. He should. He is going to be, number one in this game. I didn't even mention Caruso may not play. As I said, Holmgren, Hartenstein, and SGA are out. Cason Wallace is also out, and Jalen Williams, the other, not the J-Dub, the J-Will, is also out. So, I mean, their bench is a little depleted in this situation. I think Jalen Williams is going to have to play 30 minutes, 35 minutes. You would think that he'll cook. But Colin Coward, holy. Cedric Coward is questionable as well for the Grizzlies. So he may not play. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like anything in this one. Totals funky. Grizzlies totals sub 230 makes me feel weird.
I mean, you would assume this, right? But it's like so scary. Life comes at you fast. All of a sudden, he's the lead ball handler, and it's tough to do. But that's got to be like from the Plum's assumption, no, boys?
Yeah, you'd think.
I do also. I was looking at Cam Spencer. He hasn't had the best game for a 4-game streak to start the new year, but he's starting now. If they are really moving on from John, he's not playing. I mean, like, this guy's been the best option, I would say, at point guard at least. His volume has been there, 5 of 11, 8 of 15 in the last 2 games. But before that in LA, he went 1 of 10. Not a lot of assists in that Phoenix game because the Suns are just honestly a really good defensive squad. He had 14 points, 27 minutes, shot 5 for 11, but the offense has never got going for the Grizzlies. Now tonight you're going up against an OKC team that honestly is playing 4 guys that have never maybe played 33, 34 minutes. What's going to happen with the rotations now? Is this a point where we could see Cam Spencer have that little bit of a breakout game?
I do think Cam can have a good game, but I will defend the Thunder a little bit. Some of these guys have really inflated lines because they're actually pretty good. Kenrich Williams is actually making about $8 million. They signed him to a decent deal before the team took off. So some of these guys that haven't had really a lot of say in the last year and a half, they were already signed to this team and conducive to building the OKC culture. So a guy like Kenrich Williams, if you're looking at him and seeing his PRA at 17.5, it's because the books are a little scared that some of these guys, and we talked about this before on this program all the time, it's usually the guy that's been on the team for a number of years that knows the system, knows everything that's about this team. There's a reason why he's rostered. These are the guys that go off. So we're seeing inflated lines for OKC, but I do like the Spencer call. V, I just thought that was something we should talk about because it's very confusing seeing why a no-name guy has almost 20 PRA when he's never even sniffed it.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have half their roster tonight in this game.
Mm-hmm.
We went from talking about how deep this team is to, they don't need that depth tonight.
I mean, they're still favorites. Like, come on now.
5.5 against the Grizzlies.
With nobody.
With 4 starters out. Still insane.
Yeah. We don't have time to get into this, but I can't wait to lay into OKC at some point. Dude, that J-Dub interview got me feeling some type of way, man. That was gross.
Is this your least liked NBA team?
Yes.
Yep. 100%.
Vsauce just answered for you. He already knew.
Oh yeah, I was answering for you.
I think he feels the same way.
Yeah,
you feel the same way?
I think LA is up there for me, and then probably OKC in terms of annoying stuff. Yes. I'm not saying they're not a good team.
All right, I was holding my piss, and now I'm going to pee. Go
Yeah.
to
Let's
fine.
move on to the next game before he comes
Yeah,
back.
let's not take anything. I like the Cam Spencer play though, V. The PRA looks
Yeah.
nice. He had 8 assists against this team earlier this season as well, playing substantial minutes. So I think it's a good move if you want to bet this game. Otherwise, we can move past it. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's go to this could be the game of the night. We'll find out. Nuggets at home hosting the Atlanta Hawks. 1.5 point dogs are the Denver Nuggets at home. Like I mentioned, no Trae Young in the lineup. I know V's got some thoughts on this game from the Hawks side, as do I. 231.5 point total. Still no Jokic. However, it is looking like that we are going to have Jamal Murray, although he is questionable now. Christian Braun, probably going to be back in the lineup. It's also looking like that we're going to have Aaron Gordon continue to return back in the lineup as well, although I don't think he's going to be starting. He might be coming off the bench, although he may start. We'll see. I like a couple things in this one. I'll let you go first. I looked at the play you're going to talk about as well. I really like it as well. So talk about the Great Barrier Thief.
Great Barrier Thief, man. Taking Dyson Daniels over 12.5 AR. I looked at the assists, I looked at the rebounds, but one thing stood out to me. Dyson Daniels is third amongst all guards in offensive rebounds per game. He's averaging close to 1.5 offensive rebounds per game over his last 10. And the dude has just been a menace. Now you're looking at a Nuggets team that is top 5 in rebounds, top 5 in opponent offensive rebounding rate, and they don't give up a ton of rebounds on the glass, not only because they hit a ton of their shots, but also because they have a guy like Jokic consistently cleaning up the glass. And when it's not him, it's Jonas Valanciunas. Now both guys have been out for a few games, and what's happened? It's completely flipped on its head. The Nuggets are 30th in opponent offensive rebounds allowed, and I think opponent offensive rebounds. And I think that that's something Dyson's going to take advantage of. No Trae Young. The trade just happened. And I'm not saying that the team is bought in on Dyson Daniels as the future of the franchise, but he's going to be the point guard for this future. And I'm not saying he's going to run the offense either. But again, he's going to fill a role, and that role is going to be the point guard spot for the foreseeable future. I think this is an offense that is going to continue to chug. I think the Nuggets have played at a fantastic pace. And now they're coming home after a little bit of an extended road trip out east. I think the Hawks are going to take advantage. 1.5 point spread. The Nuggets have been winning games, but the Hawks might have new life, right? Trae's gone. This is your team. Jalen Johnson might have that big blow up game too that we're kind of expecting now that he's got the keys to the kingdom. So a lot I liked, but yeah, give me Dyson Daniels.
I love this. I have 2 plays in this game. One of them piggybacks off of what you just talked about, of how good he's been facilitating. Jalen Johnson, the last time these teams played, had 15 assists against the Nuggets in that crazy game. So I went with Nah. Give me Nah. Oh, that's wrong. That's
I was gonna say, SPJ, call the bank. We need more money.
Yeah, we need to redo it.
Dude's betting a minus 800.
There we go. Minus over 19.5 points for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, minus 125. I laddered his threes. I posted that on the timeline. Like the 3-pointers, although the 2.5 was a little too juice for me to take individually. I like the points, though. I think 20 plus is very doable. The last 2 times he played against this Nuggets team, one of them being this season, he had 30 points, and then last year against them as a Minnesota Timberwolf, he had 26. He hit 5 3-pointers in both of those games. He has been taking double-digit threes. A lot of those have been coming off those Dyson assists you just talked about. He's been so fun to bet in this starting lineup. I think we're going to continue to see Nah develop even further with more opportunities. This Denver Nuggets team is not very good defensively, especially with all the pieces that they're missing. So I really like Nah in this matchup. However, my favorite in this game, Rusty kind of alluded to it. Boys, we got a little bit of a breakout going on at the moment.
Yeah, baby.
Got a little bit of a breakout. Give me Peyton Watson, over 24. Peyton Bloxson, over 20. I got 24.5 PRA earlier today. It's moved up a couple PRA lines. Still like it at 26.5, 25 if you're shopping there as well. He's hit this in 5 straight games, coming off a 30-piece. I don't know if he's going to score 30 consistently. However, he scored 30, 24, 23, 21, and 24 points in his last 5 games with Nikola Jokic out of the lineup. Peyton, man. Give me Watson. I'm not going to sell it to you guys much more about that because we're just going off of a guy who's getting more playing time now, and we're going to see if that continues. But the Hawks are not very good defensively. Like, this team is not a good defensive team, and I think that Peyton Watson should continue to cook. So give me the PRA, good rebounder too, and I think that he could have a chance to have yet another 25-piece. So, yeah.
I love that. He is
I do
definitely
too.
broken out. Low-key, they don't have a lot of superstars besides Jokic if you're getting nitty-gritty with it, but they've drafted decently well in Denver. They have.
Right.
Like, think about it. All of their players besides AG, they drafted.
Yeah, and honestly, like they just paid Christian Braun a ton of money, which might make it a little bit harder for Peyton Watson to get paid as much as he deserves, or especially from the Nuggets. But how much sense would it make that Peyton Watson starts to play well just to put pressure on them, right? Like you just paid Braun all this money. Now you have a guy like Watson doing kind of everything that Braun does, maybe a little bit better depending on how you look at it. I like it. AG is also still coming off the bench, so he's not playing 30 minutes.
And
he literally got capped at 23 minutes, didn't even play the fourth quarter of the last game. I know that because I told everyone to bet the threes, and I took the PRA. Threes hit, PRA did not.
Okay, well, we talked about one Canadian. Did you guys talk about the other Canadian that's not
Furry?
Play? Has his status been updated at all since last
Still
time
questionable.
Still
Furry Murray?
Yeah, Furry
right?
Murray.
He's questionable.
Yeah.
I think he plays, but he is questionable.
And just to remind chat, most of the Canadian players weirdly dislike Jamal Murray from the time that he forced himself onto the team and played very poorly for Team Canada. And since then, Canadian guards have been going at the guy. And to his credit, he's been giving it back just as good.
That is very true.
And to be fair, I love Peyton Watson. Been watching his game for a long time. I know that he's awesome.
Peyton Blockson.
Yeah.
Peyton Blockson, baby. He was fun to watch in person, too. That guy is long.
Athletic.
Lengthy. All right, let's move. We got 4 more games. We got about 20 minutes until tip off. Which play do you guys want to take in this one? I mean, this is kind of a gold mine. Should be a fun game.
I had nothing in this one, so whatever you guys want.
I want to keep Dyson for the saucy. So we can go with no, 3 threes. It's a little juice, but I mean, why not?
Sure. I like not no. Be great, no. Go be great. All right, let's keep it rolling. Chat, drop a dub if you're enjoying the show today. Happy Friday. Sending you off into the weekend with some basketball love. Rockets taking on, nope, we're going to this game first. Knicks taking on the Suns. Skipped a game. In the desert. Chat, you have 3 guesses as to who V-bet in this game as I tee it up one more time. Devin Booker and company welcoming in the New York Knicks. Before you talk about this game, 1.5 point dogs are the Suns at home here, 227.5 point total. From the Plums, I didn't bet this, but from the Plums, I think Devin Booker might drop a 40-piece tonight.
Yep.
He has had great games against the Knicks. He hasn't really been, we've talked about this, he has not really been the main scorer for this team this season because of the guy you're going to talk about in a minute. But this is a game that I feel like that he might get out there and want to give the business to the Knicks. So no bets from me in this one. I know you're going to talk about your Maple Mamba 2.0, but I think Booker might have a big night tonight.
I completely agree. And it's not often that I want to bet 2 guys, especially the number 1 option and the number 2 option, both to score a ton of points. But SPJ, everything you just said is 100% correct. Devin Booker has had some huge fucking games against this team. And you know why? Because he's always on a mission to prove the other guy on the other side of the ball cannot fucking guard him. Mikal Bridges, the premier defender, the guy who helped Phoenix get to an NBA Finals. They went at each other every day in practice for a long fucking time for a huge chunk of their career. He went to Brooklyn. He did the same thing. He's now in New York, and he had 33 and 40 points in the last 2 matchups last year. He's only going to see Mikal twice this year. I don't know. I love Booker tonight. I think that the PRA is fully there on the table if you want to add that little bit of extra to it. I like the points too. I don't think that's too high, 25.5. But Dylan Brooks also at 19.5 points. You know I bet it. He's just been so good. And the reason I bet it today is because of how good he's been at home, averaging 24 points per game at home. His shooting percentages jump almost 7% from 3, 6% from the field, and the Knicks perimeter defense. I say this every time. 26th in threes allowed, 28th or 27th in 3-point percentage allowed. They're not good on the perimeter, and a big big reason why is Jalen Brunson. So yeah, I think I'm taking both, to be honest, 25.5 and the 19.5.
Perfect.
To answer this is one of the 2 guys that I was looking at. I didn't end up taking Booker. I ended up taking somebody else, which we'll get to, but it was close. I really think that D-Book might come out and absolutely soar tonight. So I think the Suns might win outright. King, it's been a pleasure watching our show. But since you're a Knicks fan, you might leave now. So sorry about it. But we love you anyway. Hope you stick around. We're gonna keep talking ball. So
yeah, maybe I shouldn't say this then, but me and
I will
Analytics
say
are also
that
feeding the
yeah, you like the Suns too. I know. I saw that. I like the Bridges play as in his PRA. He's had good games against the former team. Also coming off a 15-9-5 game as well. His 22.5 PRA felt comfortable. I like that against the, back in the old stomping grounds. So, but I lean with you, dude. I kind of like the Suns.
You should like the Suns.
Yep.
There's only one team in the NBA that's number one in covering the spread, and they cover the spread an insane 70% of the time because no one's realized how good this basketball team is yet. We talked about the internal competition. We talked about the fact that they installed a coach that put up one of the best offenses of all time in Cleveland last year, and now that team looks anemic. Suns money line, boys. I'm taking it. I do think that this other team is sliding. We have a couple guys in this game that love chaos in Josh Hart and Dylan Brooks. So I do think that this will be a back and forth affair, a little bit of a street fight. But I've been betting my Suns, and I'm going to continue to bet the Suns. So that was a perfect little alley-oop you gave me there, SPJ and V, because this team absolutely covers spreads. So I'm just taking the money line right now. I think they're still being discounted in the association, how good they are. Even a guy that's like 9th, 8th in the rotation, like Goodwin, like SPJ likes to bet on, that's a guy that raises your ceiling in practice. That's a guy that raises the effort and intensity level of your practice facility day in and day out. Also, shout out Oso, shout out Mark Williams. All of these guys have fixed the center problem for the Suns. So this team is still being discounted. So give me Suns money line as the Knicks continue to slide.
Loses a 4 straight. Maybe it's 5 tonight. We'll see. All right. Sorry, King.
Hey, Knicks could win. It like the books are saying it's going to be a close game. You don't have to listen to what we're saying.
You guys want to take maybe Booker for the slate lay? Or Brooks?
We can also do Booker 25 and just cut the hook.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I could see a back and forth. Booker Brunson, back and forth. I could see that.
I'm going to be really mad at myself tonight if Devin Booker drops a 50 piece and he wasn't my entry for the 50 thing because I stared at it since 11 o'clock this morning. So just saying. All right. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Next game, kind of want to skip it. Warriors, Kings.
I got 0.
Can we skip this game?
I got 0.
All right. Well, I'll just bring up the lines. There it is. 14.5 point favorites are the Kings. Are the Warriors. 231.5 point total. This game stinks. I couldn't find anything I liked. It's a high total. Maybe there's stuff that's happening, but if you've been watching Kings games, these games are just so hard to cap. Nothing. It's just, and I mean, the Warriors are kind of the same. Like, is Steph going to cook? Maybe. Is Butler going to do something? Maybe. Post, possibly from Sook again? Sure. I'm down to spend the last 15 minutes on these other two games if you guys are.
Pace of play sucks too. Yeah, let's move.
Just because you said, I didn't bet it, but just because you said it, now I have to say it because it's circled. Centers against the Kings. Kings have no depth. Renard looks great. He looks like a fantastic athlete. Looks like a guy that could probably move to power forward and have a great career, but they are struggling and thin at the center. If you want to take post PRA, be my guest. I took it last game. It banged. But for whatever reason today, I was a little bit sussed out and I did not take it. It's 13.5, ticked up 1. But let's go to the other games.
Yeah.
These last two could be very good. First one, rematch of what we just saw in Portland a couple nights ago, taking on the Rockets. Portland Trailblazers, winners of 4 straight games. Denny Advia absolutely cooked the Houston Rockets in their last game, over 40 points.
Can you just give us your 15-second reaction to Tari? Because I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, Denny does get calls he shouldn't get.
It's not going to be 15 seconds. About this. It won't be 15 seconds.
He works the officials to a level that superstars should be able to work them. So don't blame him. Blame someone else. SPJ, 15 seconds. Tari's reaction to Tari.
Hey, Tari, get in the gym. Make a fucking jump shot and stop bitching. I saved a couple seconds. How about that?
Okay. Now,
right.
why are we betting Denny tonight?
Yeah, I took Denny. I mean, I'm not going to sell it to you guys too much. It's over 40.5 his PRA. He just had a 40 piece against this team. Tamani Kamara has hit a lot of shots on the outside. And I'm going to keep, he's due for a miss, but I'm going to keep taking this in this situation because I just think that the Blazers I think we're literally watching the ascension of possibly a top 5, 6 NBA player for the next 4 or 5 seasons if he stays healthy. And I know that I am kind of a biased Denny lover at this point because I liked him since he was nobody. But if you guys watch these games, man, like announcers are starting to deal with it. The refs are giving him the calls that he deserves because of how he attacks downhill. He's getting double teamed like by every single team at this point. And most of the time it doesn't matter. I think KD should have a good game tonight as well. I don't think they want to come out and lose. They shot atrociously, like truly terribly. The one clip I saw, and I watched the game, they missed like 6 3-pointers in the same possession because the Blazers could not grab the offensive rebound. So the Rockets should probably come out and get some revenge after losing the last game outright as almost 6. I think it was a 6.5 point spread the last game as well. I lean that direction, but the Rockets probably getting the job done. However, I'm just going to keep taking Denny on the PRA. I know it's kind of a broken record type of thing at this point, but it's not my most favorite, but I'm going to bet it because he's probably going to flirt with 30 to 35 points once again. And I want to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I don't want to tell people what I bet in this game because I'm going to get judged. So
You bet Donovan Clingan for 2 threes, I bet.
no, I bet Tamani Kamara for the 3rd time in a row.
Oh,
Back-to-back L's. I did it again. But yeah, we're not talking about it. So we can just move on off this game and get to the game of the night.
Why don't you just take the PR against a rough and tumble team with the lower total at home?
Obviously, I like pain. I'm a sadist, I think. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how my bets go today.
All right.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. I'm sorry.
Also, watching Tari Eason bitch like that in the locker room made me lose so much respect for Tari Eason. Like watching him say what he said multiple times was like literally like it was gross, dude.
I funnily enough, I take it the other way. I just go, oh my God, you're in your feelings.
Zebras.
I'm gonna wait until I give my opinion on Tari based on how he plays today. Don't fucking say something stupid like that, like zebras, and then come out here and give us like 10 and 3 against Denny. I want to see you get like 2 stocks, 15, 9 rebounds. If you are gonna talk shit about Denny, then give us a fucking answer.
He does not get a favorable whistle. We can't do this.
It is favorable. I will argue with that. It's favorable because he knows how to work the refs.
It's favorable because it's a foul, like in comparison to SGA's whistle, dude.
We don't have time. We gotta get game of the night, but he's got a favorable whistle for sure.
Do you guys think that he has a more favorable whistle than like 3/4
the
of the other NBA
comparisons of what we
players?
don't have time for, boys. We got 7 minutes. A slate lane plus. I can't believe I'm the one saying this.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised you're the one keeping us on track today. That's impressive.
Do you guys think that he has a more favorable whistle than Luka?
I feel like
I think Luka foul baits more than Denny does.
I feel like it's not favorable, might be the wrong word, but I feel like as someone who's watched a lot of Blazers games, and I watched him in Washington too, I just feel like he's, and I've said this before, he's one of those guys that quietly goes up to the ref and you'll watch the game, he'll just be like, and they'll watch the replay together, and then he'll just like be like, all right, cool, and walk away, and then he's gonna get the call the next time. That's smart.
Chat.
As much as I hate it, that's fucking smart. How is that not smart?
Lakers Bucks. LeBron
Bucks
James
taking on the
versus
Lakers.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what we have to talk about.
All right.
Sorry, SBJ, take it away.
Lakers, Bucks, 3.5 point faves are the Los Angeles Lakers. So mad right now. The Bucks. So annoying.
I'm glad you're admitting it. Let it off your chest. Yeah.
We don't have time for me to be mad. LeBron's probably playing for the Lakers. He was questionable all day. It's looking like he's going to suit up against Giannis and company. Luka as well is playing for the Lakers. As you mentioned, Kevin Porter Jr. still in the lineup, starting for the Bucks. Could be the game of the night. I'm excited about this one. It's going to be a good one. later today. Go ahead.
All right, I'll start us off, boys. Giannis, chalk, 29.5 points. You can get it minus 108 now. That line to me is just, I got to take it. He's had huge games against LeBron. He loves playing LeBron. And LeBron's in the Western Conference now, so he doesn't get to do it often. He's also spent the last 2 years missing a ton of games. It's Giannis tonight. These are the marquee matchups that he lives for. Right after he came out and said, I don't want to be anywhere else. This is where I want to be, whether he wants to admit it or not. 29.5 points, minus 108. I'm all in on Giannis. I liked Ryan Rollins' PRA too today. He didn't get a lot of shots in that last game, but again, it was Giannis against the Kings. Of course, the center, the middle was open. I think it could be a similar situation, but Rollins has been playing really well. He shot the ball well in that game against the Warriors, not against the Kings. But yeah, I'm just taking the chalk. That's all I have in this one. And maybe LeBron PRA. I mean, he gets up for these games against Giannis too.
Yeah, I labbed this one. It was a little bit weary, so I didn't take anything official because this Bucks team is a little bit desperate, and this Lakers team has shown a little bit that maybe they're not elite, but the record still indicates that they definitely are. So I don't know. I couldn't get a good grasp on this one, so I just let it go.
There's also a little bit of narrative too with the Eurobasket that just happened, right? We had Luka and Giannis both participating in that. Both were the number 1 and number 2 leading scorers of the tournament. I mean, they played each other a ton, right? All this stuff matters to them. I could definitely see Luka having a big game as well.
I was gonna say we slandered your one boy, so
talk to us
about your other one.
Chat, I just want you to know we're getting fired today, but we're going out on top. This is going to be a top 5 show for me, man. I'm loving it. I love you guys.
Luka's dropping a 50 piece tonight. That's all I got.
That's the guy. I was waiting to see who it was. Someone say slander. Yes.
Hey, slander.
Chat, I want you to know that this date and this show started off with SPJ telling us he loves us, and now I'm questioning all of that.
We took advantage of our boy. I'm sorry.
You started at Sook 15 seconds. I asked you to wait. Oh my God.
Luka has had great games against the Bucks, 40 pieces in back-to-back. One of them with the Lakers, another one with the Dallas Mavericks. Actually, both of those were with the Lakers, and then the other one against the as a Maverick was also over this 33.5 point line. I don't know, man. I just got a feeling he's going to come out tonight and drop a 50 piece. I just think that this is one of those nights. He's been shooting a lot of threes and has not been making them. He sits 7 and 5 in his last 2 games against the Bucks. The Bucks are also really bad defending the 3-point line. I just feel like Luka's going to get out there and just be Luka tonight. So I don't know, a little bit of a plums play, but I have Luka as my 50-point scorer. I know that it's not like sexy because he's not. A lot of people probably have him as the 50-point guy, but this feels like the night that Luka might go out there and drop a 50 piece on the Bucks head. So yeah, give me Luka, nice and chalky.
I think that's a great point that you bring up about his 3-point shooting. He hasn't been good from 3, but the volume has kind of stayed steady. So I do think that's something that is going to improve. So I like that.
Yep.
Giannis 30, or do you want to keep Luka for this? What are you doing in the slate lay? Or I mean, saucy.
I kind of want to save Luka maybe for the saucy. So yeah.
Throw Giannis in this, and that's your slate lay, chat. Quickly, you have about 10 minutes.
For real. All right. So Giannis, one more point. I really like Jake LaRavia's PRA in this game. He's been great. Starting lineup. It's been very good. The Bucks are bad defensively, man. And I think the Lakers aren't great defensively either, which is why this total's kind of weird. But yeah. Did you have anything in this game, Sook?
No, nothing official. Just I do think that Milwaukee could make a mess of this game. More desperate team, Lakers at home. I don't know. I feel very weird about this one. I was very sussed out about the Nuggets and Celtics the other day, and we saw what happened there.
All right, 7 legs. Not the best animals, but there are animals out. Are there animals with 7 legs? I don't think so. Maybe 6 and an additional one, you know.
Spider that lost his leg. If Charlotte's Web got in a little bit of trouble, fell off her tuffet.
Isn't that somebody else?
I don't know.
no.
Just move on, man. We have
I
1 minute left.
7 legs plus 60.95. It's scrolling at the bottom. We went through every game. Get after it. Put a cup of coffee on it. That is your slate leg. Or don't bet it at all. You guys do what you want. Although I love that Chad is keeping us more and more honest by the fact if we miss something. We didn't take anything from the Portland game. We're not going to go back to it. We don't have time. And I can't get involved in that conversation. All right, Alex, let's go. Alex, a.k.a. Shannon Sharp.
Alex, are you looking for a spot in the sauce team? Because you might have
Might have gotten it.
Spots.
Might have grabbed it. What is up with Michael Irvin? We don't have time to talk about this, but what is that guy has some incredible connections. Holy. All right.
He's a little cringe, just to say it out loud.
Hey man, when you go snowboarding that much, shit happens, you know.
I'm gonna say I lost that Ole Miss bet yesterday, and it was only amplified when I saw Michael Irvin giving that poor little hoodie belt. Like, come on, man. What are we doing?
The belt thing's getting
Old.
It's getting old. Like him. Also, I have a weird thing when people are that old or invested in the places they went to college. Like, I know he's getting paid at this point, but like you were there like 4 decades ago, bro. Like, relax.
I kind of agree. I don't get the but chat's gonna come for our head. We should just move on.
Yeah, let's get after it.
Not big alumni guys. Come on now. I will say I blocked my university when they started asking me for alumni donations.
Well, there you go.
I blocked the email.
All right, let's cook this saucy lay, which is gonna probably we'll have to skip. Let's do this. We got to skip the first games that start at 6:10 because they're about to tip off here in the next 7 minutes. So we can't do anything from those 3.
Can we start with Suns money line then?
Sure. Is that really your favorite?
I do really like that. I do think that they go. Unless you guys like the VJ more than that, but I think that's one of the early games, no?
Yeah, that one's early.
I do like Suns money line quite a bit too.
Can we take the +1 just in case?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm on the +1.5. Yeah.
The disrespect continues from King. Shout out King, man. All right, Suns money line. You want to do a Dyson RA sauce, man?
Yes, Dyson RA.
Is it still 12.5?
Yep.
Luca's gonna take us home and tuck us in, or I'm gonna make you bozos fucking bet Denny with me after all the slander.
I'm honestly down for both. Like, I have no qualms with betting.
I feel a little more confident about Luca, to be honest.
Let's take Luca. What do we think about Cam Spencer in that Grizzly for the 4th leg?
Oh, that game's gross, dude.
It is.
That's a disgusting leg. So obviously I'm a fan.
He went to the bathroom for that. I didn't even hear the pitch.
I didn't talk about this one, and I'm not in for the saucy lay, but I did bet this. What I did, maybe Steven Adams. I took his rebounds. We got sidetracked.
No, don't do that right now.
But yeah, I did bet Steven Adams.
Don't do that right now.
Yeah. Like 30 minutes, he had 10+ rebounds in back-to-back games. All right, Click. Okay.
Oh my god.
I took him for 10 rebounds.
Chad, if this is your first time tuning in, the amount of times that V will literally bring up a prop after almost a 2-hour show that we have not talked about at all for a parlay is pretty much almost every single.
Okay, Chad.
And a show we prep all day for, so he has his notes. It's almost like he's sneak attacking us.
Chad, did I have time to talk about Steven Adams when we were on the Blazers game, or was conversation kind of derailed?
Oh, derailed. Yeah,
derailed.
My bad.
But yeah, all right, let's keep moving.
Wait, did you saying derailed by the derailer?
Shout out, fam.
We need a 4th leg.
Yeah. All right. Of the games we have left, I mean,
do we do MPJ for 25?
That game
That's
starts
at 5:30.
Kuzma against the Lakers?
No. Like, you fucking told me to shut my mouth about Steven Adams, and you bring out Kyle Kuzma?
PR? Come on now.
Chat, honestly, Kim, like, I'm valid in being this frustrated with Zook, right? Like,
Bobby's missed his points line the last 2 games. Maybe Kuz takes over the role a little bit. Not Kuzma.
But
all right.
The Bobby Trees PR wagon has unfortunately fallen off the tracks.
Cam Spencer?
Right,
Okay, not Cam Spencer. Okay,
The PRA, or
No,
we're either
no.
doing Cam Spencer PRA or Denny PRA.
Let's do Denny. It'll be funny when it hits.
yeah, okay. Let's do Denny.
Hey, best part of it is we either hit and we cash, or we don't hit and you guys can bitch at me.
I agree, Jeff. I
Is
agree.
it 42 and a half? What is it?
It's let's buy it to 39.5.
As soon as you said Kuzma, chat activated.
Chat was so into you being sharp, and now you say that, and they're like, "Out."
I was just supporting the community. Everyone is very smart, guys. All of us know what we're talking about. So I just thought I'd bring it to these boys' attention because we're all a community.
Oh,
But I'm
man.
sorry.
10 out of 10 show today, boys. 10 out of 10.
Suns +1, Dyson Daniels 12.5 RA, Luka Doncic 33.5 points, Denny Advia 39.5 PRA, plus 1,000.
Let's go.
That feels so good, boys.
We should have put we should have put a Danny under in here.
Oh,
Did he have one today? I didn't. He does. He has RJ Barrett actually under.
Yeah. I don't know how he feels about that after everybody got ruled out.
Yeah.
I was deleting them off the banners on the side, and I was like, "Oh, that's fun. I'm on the other side. That's great."
Mhm.
Yeah, it happens. Suns +1, Dyson Daniels 12.5 RA, Luka Doncic 33.5 points, and Denny Advia over 39.5 PRA, plus 1,000. There is your saucy 4. Let's go back to back, boys.
Go back to back.
And I do love you guys very much.
Oh, I love you too.
We appreciate the slander. Chat, we love you guys as well, as always.
It wasn't slander.
We don't always get along, right?
I wish we could argue about this for like a long time. I might, depending on how things get. I got too much work to do tonight, but there will be a time where I will make a fucking PowerPoint presentation on this conversation.
Oh my god!
It's always, maybe when football's over, somebody can twist our arms to start a Sunday basketball podcast. We'll have to see.
Chat, would you guys like watching a podcast of us three sit and like break down tape? You remember that time when we broke down the finals tape?
Oh,
that was pretty fun.
I'd love that.
Maybe not even break down tape, just argue with each other in a Stephen A style where we actually are talking about numbers and actual proper opinions and not just screaming and yelling like anecdotes that don't mean shit.
Or just yelling the fact that you're number one fucking 40 times on a show. Like brother, that means nothing. You're on in the hospital waiting rooms.
No, that sounds terrible. Oh man.
I don't think I've seen King in the chat before, but please come back.
Please come
King,
back.
come hang out with us on Twitch, bro. You'll be because you can see all of our other chatters in here, and I think you'd enjoy
like
that
chat.
as well.
I think Garrett asked this before as well. So if you guys have any opinions on it, because this is the second time he asked.
Garrett, I took Indiana in some parlays. I think that's probably a mistake because I'm seeing a lot of sharp money coming on Oregon, but there's a bunch of guys I respect on Indiana, so that's the way that I went. But the fuck do I know about college?
Let's go.
Let's go. Come follow us over here. Yeah, I don't. I didn't bet this game tonight. I have no investment. I'm gonna watch it. Although I'm probably gonna end up watching basketball more because basketball.
It might be on my laptop. It'll be on the laptop while the TV has the Grizzlies and Thunder game. Cam Spencer.
All right, I'm gonna drill us for one more time today. I do not believe in this multiple screen viewing thing. You guys, what do you mean you're watching multiple screens? How can you even do that? What if both games are live at the same time? What is the point of that?
So you can watch multiple things at once. Do you go to a bar and watch one TV?
Yeah, but then if I'm watching a game, I watch one TV. I actually do.
Sports books?
I'll focus. The sports book, I don't go. But I will say
I
plant down next to. No, I will plant down to the one TV of the game that I'm watching, and then when that game is not in action, I'm checking on stats, I'm checking on bets, I'm checking on the timeline. I'm immersing myself in that one game, or I'm bouncing around. But I'm not doing 5-10 fucking screens. That's weird to me.
Chat, did you guys also just develop trust issues with Sook? Is that what just happened, chat?
Vsauce, you can barely pay attention when one of us is talking. You're telling us you're watching.
You're gonna lose, King. You're gonna lose, King Sook. No, I'm just kidding. I agree, but honestly, I think the second screen is just for when something big happens. It's like, oh, I just want to see the replay. You know what I mean? It's not like the one eye one way, one eye the other way kind of thing. It's focused, derailed. You know what I mean? You should know. You should know that, Sook.
Yeah.
Sook also doesn't like red zone. So
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Sook calls red zone cocaine of football. The cocaine.
I
football.
did watch it for the last week though, and shout out Scott Hansen to get a little teary-eyed at the end of his call out. We're messing up our closeout today because we keep interrupting SPJ as she's trying to do the housekeeping, but Scott Hansen killed it by getting teary-eyed final week.
He was so emotional. People thought that maybe it's coming to an end. I was like, no, absolutely, you can't be. Please, God, no.
See, if you're a real football lover, you watch your team hate watch or love watch, depending on how you feel about your team on one screen, and you red zone the other. And then when they accidentally go to your game, when you're watching it and it's ahead or behind, you mute it and you close it so you don't know what's happening because you're watching it live, and then you flip it back over when they flip it back over.
Why does that always happen though, right? Like the fucking red zone stream somehow ahead. Like what the hell?
So annoying. Well, chat, we send you off into the weekend as we always do, with all the fucking vibes. We appreciate you guys tuning into the All Sauce team today. What a great show it was. Thanks for being here. Give us a follow if you haven't already across all the socials on Twitch and on YouTube. Glad to be back on YouTube. We appreciate you guys for tuning in on the Boob Tube. Sorry we had some technical difficulties over the last week. We're glad to be back with you guys. We'll be back in the morning for Betspresso. In the AM, we'll be breaking down what we saw tonight in the Peach Bowl. We'll be breaking down the NBA tomorrow in the NHL as well. Sauceman will be with us. Danny Burke will be with us as we have two massive wildcard weekend games tomorrow in the NFL as the Bears take on the Packers and as the Panthers take on the Rams. Are you going to hate bet the Rams, Sook, because you hate the Panthers?
I actually don't hate the Panthers. Fair is square. We should have done our job. It'd actually be a lot of fun if the Panthers fuck around and maybe they cover. But if they upset that Rams team that all of a sudden looked pretty mortal second half of the season, we'll have to find out and see. But shout out Jay Dizzle. If he's happy, I'm happy.
I will say two things. Staff article coming out tomorrow morning, early in the AM for the football. So if you have not checked out our staff article, we'll have that out for you guys tomorrow morning. We had winning weeks all the way up until week 17. We've had back-to-back losing weeks, unfortunately. However, we still have hit over 60% of our plays throughout the season in our free article for the NFL. We got for that in the morning. Second thing, excited for the show tomorrow, excited for football tomorrow. I'm also going to the Vanderbilt LSU basketball game tomorrow at noon.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Vanderbilt is undefeated and is top 15 ranked right now. So, and I will be sitting most likely front row. So I will, I'll have some picks for you guys from the court after the show in the morning tomorrow. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now.
Let's go.
I will storm the court / they'll ask me to make some threes. Splash down. Good after. All right, Rusty. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in to the All Sauce team. We'll see you guys in the morning. Me and myself. Sook has the day off, so say bye to Sook. You won't see Sook till Sunday. Bye. You guys came for the winners. You stayed for the vibes. Have a fantastic night tonight. Bet responsibly. As always, big shout out to our sponsors at Lucky Rebel. We will catch you on the next one. Take it easy, chat. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about